Welcome back to my channel. My name is Jamie and I am the Kansan Reader. My girl Whitney has created a challenge for January next year called the Give Me Jesus Challenge. I am so happy for this. I am needing a restart. I'm needing refresh because I have been in one of the biggest book slumps I've ever been in since October, and yes, I just need this restart. I'm going to be reading the Bible, but I will have some Christian fiction littered throughout it, but the complete bingo board is just the Bible alone, so I'm going to be going over that. And you can bet your bottom dollar I plan on getting a blackout bingo board because I'm going to go super crazy next month and try and see if I can finish the complete Bible in 1 month. I have never done that before. Normally I spend the whole year reading the Bible and completing it. This year will be the only year I have not completed the Bible all the way through. I'm 60% through because I kind of slowed down a little bit, but next month, I'm going to try and finish it all. In fact, I have a 24-hour readathon plan, and I'm going to read the Bible. I'm going to see how much of the Bible I can read from cover to cover. And I'm not going to, do any notes or do depth study. I'm going to read it like I would a normal book. I'm super excited for that, and I'm also a little crazy because I did it on a weekend that my husband's going to be off, so he'll help me with my son, so I can totally be mad at myself for sleep deprivation and go a full 24 hours of just reading the Bible. Alright, so on this first row, square number 1 is a short book. I plan on reading Obadiah for that. Square 2, one of the Gospels. I'm going to do Mark for that one. Square 3 is a psalm. You can read any of the psalms. I'm going to read the longest psalm, and that is 119. I missed a square in row 1, and that was read a New Testament book, which I wrote down Titus for. Square number 5, listen to a book. I'm going to listen to Job. I have the YouVersion Bible app, and I use that at times when I need to listen to the Bible, so I also have, actually on Audible, James Earl Jones reading the Bible. So actually I might do that because, I mean, his voice was one of those meant to read the Bible. Second row, square 6, that's Genesis. And I also plan to read Genesis along with one of my 25 of 2025 books, The Long War Against God by Dr. Henry Morris, I think it is. Square 7, favorite book. My favorite book would have to be, well, to be honest, it's the full Bible, but to mark it down, I'm going to go with my favorite gospel, and that is the Gospel of John. Okay, back down to square 8, read an epistle. That I'm going to read my favorite epistle, and that is Romans. Square number 9, friend chooses. I had Wyatt choose, and I should have recorded that because he literally went, because we had the table of contents out, and he goes, "What's your name?" "Ezekiel." And that's how he chose. I should have had him recorded for that. Square 10 has a movie. I am going to be reading the book of Hosea for this. There is a movie called Amazing Love. If you have not watched it, go watch it. It has Sean Astin, and if you don't know who Sean Astin is, you probably best know him as Samwise Gamgee. He plays a youth pastor who takes a couple kids on a fishing trip and tells them the story of Hosea. Third row, square 11, woman at the well. You just read the woman at the well story. I can't remember. That's in John, but I can't remember. Is that John chapter 4? Hold on. Because that's going to annoy me that I don't know what chapter that is, and I literally said this is my favorite book. I know chapter 3 is Nicodemus, so I know it's not that. Yep. Chapter 4, verses 1 through 26 is square 12, reading Revelations 21. If you don't know what that one is, that is the description of what the new heaven is going to look like. Square 13 is the middle square, and that is write a letter to Jesus. I plan on writing that letter on January 1st. Square 14, long book. I'm going to go with the book of Isaiah. Square 15, verse of the day. I plan to do this on my husband's birthday, which is the 24th. Fourth row, square 16, read the book of Acts. Square 17, read the book of Proverbs. Square 18, read an Old Testament book. I'm not very familiar with Malachi, and that's the last book of the Old Testament. So I plan on doing deep dives into that. I don't know why I just turned to Malachi. 19, female main character. I actually plan to read 2 books for this, and that is the 2 books in the Bible that are named after women, Ruth and Esther. Ruth is super short. It has 4 chapters. 20, my favorite psalm ever, and one of the first verses I had ever memorized was from Psalm 23. It was verse 4. When I was in high school, a sophomore to be exact, my English teacher had used the psalm to show like beautiful poetry. So Psalm 23 really pulled me in, really engaged me, and I felt, of course that was God talking to me when I was younger, and I feel like that was one of the first one of like the first Bible verses I've ever memorized. Row, square 21, you choose. I'm gonna do Hebrews. I have not done a good in-depth study of Hebrews here. Square 22, read the book of James. Square 23, why do I have 2? Why do I have 2 of those? Anyway, I'm gonna buddy read with T. I will link her down below as well. We will be reading the book of Daniel. So me and T were actually supposed to do a buddy read this month, but the woman in cabin 10 turned out to be a big disaster within the first 4 chapters, so we both DNF'd it. It also took the Lord's name in vain. So that was the final nail in the coffin. So I had messaged her and I was like, hey, Whitney's doing this Give Me Jesus challenge. Let's buddy read a book of the Bible. So we are doing Daniel. Square 25. It says want to study, and I want to do a deeper dive into the Isaiah prophecies that are mentioned in the Gospels that Jesus fulfills. There's so many prophecies that Jesus fulfills, but I really want to go into depth on those. Then final square is Revelation. So you read the book of Revelations. I'm super excited for this challenge next month. If I can finish the Bible in 1 month. Like I said, I plan on getting a blackout bingo. And for those of you who don't know what that is, I mean, you pretty much get every square space covered. I missed any other squares except for that one, but I went back and covered it. Yeah. Oh, Whitney, I'm so excited. I will see you guys in the next video, which will be after Christmas. So I hope you guys have a Merry Christmas and a wonderful, well, I will have a video before New Year. So for right now, Merry Christmas. Bye guys.